So, man, you raised a whole bunch of opportunities for questions. And ironically, I'm going to start with one that seems a little bit in left field based on where you took us, but I want to see how you pull it back. And that's one of the accidental truths about where we've been going with language for the last 10,000 years, since there were different languages that people recognized and attempt to communicate with each other through, has been that we've been consolidating those languages, either through destruction of a culture or by necessity because the culture that had a specific language wasn't big enough to continue to support it in business or whatever. And that to some degree continues. We lose languages on an almost daily basis, right, across the world. Technology loves standards, and yet culture and language, they're distinct and hard to understand for those reasons, not just because the words are identical, but sound different based on somebody from China saying the same word that you would say or that I would say in English, but the culture and history associated with that language are a huge part of it. How do you see that being potentially protected or accelerated by technology?
Well, the first language I wish I knew is Mandarin. The second I wish I knew is Python. So the first thing is I would push back and say, we have created a ton of new languages. R, Ruby, Python. Go. Those are all very real languages, right?
C, yep.
So I would say that that's the first thing. The second thing is the rate at which language is modifying and changing from emojis to, rofl, lol, silly shortcuts like that. I was just watching Californication, watching Hank Moody rail against the use of the word lol. I think that language, that we're getting to fewer languages, but a faster pace of change. And in many ways, your cues, because we're communicating non-verbally with text and so on, your cues for in-group belonging, knowing a certain thing. Like if I say to you, BTS, what does that mean? What's BTS?
I don't even know. Largest
Korean boy band on the planet, hundreds of millions of fans.
I just learned that this weekend from my niece.
There you go. But like, if you didn't know that, you miss context for it. So the first thing is, I think language is context. And when we get to fewer languages, we have more context, but there's so many pockets of context. I could show you an article written by a paper from across the political aisle that would contain so little context for you, it would be almost impenetrable. Yeah. And so I think that we are reducing the variety of languages. By definition, technology does that, but we're increasing the number of pockets where people get to hang out and think their own thoughts.